So how does MLB plan to go national if you're missing out on the Louisianas, the Tennessees, the Alabamas, the South Carolinas, the North Carolina? Like, that whole region has no baseball. So why are they trying this? Like, why isn't expansion something that's getting brought up more before they go national by saying, hey, now we have the whole map covered? You know, the map is covered now. And
are you okay, Coca?
I've got the trusty map.
Are you okay?
There's the trusty map.
That doesn't look like the country's covered. We're looking at a map of where MLB teams are. Yes, it's true. Atlanta looks to not have teams. I would assume the Nationals are the closest team to Atlanta, probably 200 miles apart. But what are we talking about here? What's that team just to the left, right in the middle there with nothing around it? What's that one right there? Do you see that? Not the California teams, not Seattle, all the way up there that looks pretty alone. Believe me, I've flown from Miami to Seattle. That's a schlep. But there's a whole team right there that looks like it may be near the four corners. I can't tell what team that is all alone. What are you talking about? There's no league that has teams that are scattered everywhere around the map. What team? Football? The NFL?
Yeah, but there's just one team in that region. Like, if you're from Louisiana, you know, and you live by New Orleans, like, you're going to be an Atlanta fan? No, because the Saints fans hate the Falcons. So it's just like you're already losing that group of people because they're not going to be rooting for them. If you're from Tennessee, you're not going to be a Tennessee and Atlanta fan. So it's just like I just feel like if you're going to go more national, get more of the map. You know, there needs to be more teams down south. I think they are Atlanta
fans, because Atlanta used to be a nationally recognized team because of the Turner Sports Network, TBS. They were the Cubs, really, and the Braves were the two teams that were beloved around the country, for sure. And, you know, with expansion, MLB is looking at Nashville as a very serious possible expansion city. But it's funny, we don't look at it when we're thinking about expansion. We know for purposes of divisional alignment that we need another West Coast team and another East Coast team. We know we want another West Coast, maybe, you know, Mountain West time zone team and an East time zone team. But it's not like we put up a push pin and all of the places and say we want to make sure we get full coverage across the 50 states based on location of teams. We do it based on TV territories, but that now, the whole point of the shows this week, that's going away. Blackouts are going to be the way of the Tyrannosaurus Rex. There is going to be now with streamers the ability to be a fan of any team you want, watch any team you want, regardless of whether you've got a major league team in your backyard. And what you didn't show on the map that you showed all of us is minor league teams in all of the cities that have professional baseball on a nightly basis where you can go live to a game. Minor league baseball draws hundreds of millions of fans, but all of baseball does. So I guess my thought is that I'm not concerned that Atlanta is not close to a team, though I think they're sort of close to Tampa.
Well, I think part of being a fan is the ability to get to a game. You know, part of being a fan is the ability to grow the game by getting kids into the stands to experience these games. So there's someone in the chat who's like, Coca thinks that Alabama needs a team. No, I don't think all 50 states need a team. I'm just saying we should split the difference. Get people in that region the ability to go to games so they're not having to drive, 10 hours to get to a game. If you split the difference and you add a Tennessee and you add Nashville in that region, you add the ability for people in those regions to go to more games and to create more fans. That's all that I'm saying. All I'm saying is that Atlanta's not the only place that should have a team in the South. That's it.
I'm going to let it go. We're going to move on because I have nothing more to say on this because I think the chat has said it all. That said, I think when you set up camp in Bozeman, because that's where you choose to live, you're doing it saying to yourself, you know what? I may not be close to a major professional sport, and I'm okay with that. I may be wrong, but that's my view.
just saying the other sports are there. So there are no other sports in Bozeman for you to say something like that, but there are sports. The NFL is in Tennessee. The NFL is in New Orleans.